Hey, so I wanted to show you another really cool tool that I started using in Google during our virtual learning. I learned how you can take any kind of worksheet and transfer it into a interactive worksheet using Google Slides. It's super awesome. I probably used it every single lesson for both my science and history classes because it really gets the kids engaged, and it's something that they can do through Google Apps. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your Google Drive, as I am here, and you click on New over here in the top left corner. Click New, and then you're going to scroll down to Google Slides. This will take you to a brand new Google Slides. Google Slides is the equivalent of Microsoft PowerPoint, but it's better because it's all online and it does not get deleted. So it is super awesome. So yes, this is a presentation format, but what this will allow you to do is to transfer any kind of worksheet, activity, anything that you do in your regular class time. You can put it on here where kids can actually complete that same worksheet, but they can complete it digitally through typing instead of writing. And then it can be sent back to you, where you can review it and everything and see how they did. Of course, right now, as you can tell, it looks nothing like a worksheet. So in the same way with Google Docs too, you're going to share it just like a Google Doc. It's the same kind of thing, except for Google Docs is like Microsoft Word, and then PowerPoint, this is like PowerPoint. But the kids are still completing the same thing, or completing it in the same way. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to change this from sideways to up and down, like a real sheet, like a real worksheet. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go over to File. Up here in the top left corner, you're going to click File, and you're going to scroll down until you see Page Setup. Click Page Setup, and then you're going to click on this down arrow here, and then you're going to click on Custom. It's at 10 by 5. You want it to put 8 inches by 11 inches. So it's just like a standard piece of paper. So if I were to print this out, it would come out on a standard 8 by 11 piece of paper. Now, this has click to add title, click to add subtitle. I want a blank sheet of paper. So I can either, one, delete by just click on these boxes, and I can just press my delete key on my keyboard. Well, it will go away. I click it again. I click on this little bar right here, this on the sideline, and I can delete it. And now I have a blank sheet of paper. So this is what the kids will see when they open up. When you send this slide to them, this will be what they're going to view. But of course, there's nothing on this page. So we got to put our worksheet on there. And here's how you do it. The best, simplest way to do so. So if you have like a Teachers Pay Teachers thing you bought, or if you have a scanner, you can like scan worksheets you have already done in the past, or whatever you have. I went on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I found a free resource for first grade, just so you could have, like, it won't be so out there. It's just like morning work, it looks like. And so I downloaded it, and so I'm going to pretend that I want this as my morning work that I want to transfer to this document here. So I want this worksheet on this so my kids can actually type in their answers. So it's ABCs, and of course right now you can't do any of that. And so what I'm going to do is the first thing, which I don't know if you have a MacBook or not, but MacBooks are very useful in this. But you can also do this on a Windows PC. The first thing I want to do is I want to take a screenshot of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the keys Command-Shift-4. It's going to turn my mouse into a screenshot thing. I'm going to hold down my left key, and I'm going to drag this shadow across the entire picture, or across the entire worksheet. I'm going to let go of my left key on my mouse, and then it's going to take a picture of it, which is awesome. So now I'm going to go back to my Google Slides up here, and I am going to click on background. So change background. Okay. I'm going to click on choose image. And then I'm going to click on browse. And then I'm going to go up to, if you have a Mac, this is very helpful. I can also show you on a PC if you have a PC and you want to see that example as well. I'm going to go up to all my files, and then I'm going to see the screenshot I just took. Screenshot 0810 at 7:30 or 7:03:01 p.m. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click open. I'm going to click done. And now I have my worksheet on there. Yay, I have my worksheet. I can't, now the only problem is if my kids were to receive this from me after I share it with them up here in the top right, they would not be able to do anything with it. So what you can do is this. You can click on text box, and the kids are going to be doing, let's say the alphabet, write the uppercase letters first, which is kind of redundant, honestly. This is kind of a dumb example, to be honest with you, because you'd want the kids to write and not have to type, because that doesn't really do anything for their skill-wise. But just for the sake of the purpose of this tutorial, what I can do is I can put a text box there, so when the kid, and I can highlight it. So for example, I can, I put my text box in this around the box where they would write if they were in person. And I can outline it if I want to. Once I click on it, it shows up in a blue box. Once it's in that blue box, I can choose to give it a border color. So I would click on this pencil right here, and I can click red. So the kids know that they can type in it. So they can click on there, and they can write A, and then they can write a little a. So you could do text boxes for all of those, or just tell them to make a text box, which I don't know how I would feel about a first grader doing that. Let's say that you are doing how many. This is a little bit more simple. So you can put little text boxes in each of these categories, or in each of these little boxes, and you can highlight, make them red. So I just outline it and I make it red, and so the kids know they can type in it. They can say, well, that's 2. And I could do this for the remainder of all of these little boxes where the kids are able to type and show their answer. I can make it red, and I can do it again. And I can keep doing it through all of these. And then they can fill out this worksheet after you put all the text boxes in there. And then you can also, for a lot of my kids, what I did is when they first started doing these, I just gave them reminders. Like I would put, I would put type here. And so they know that they can type here and type it into the box. And then so on and so forth. And they can do, of course, this is a little bit more about handwriting, which honestly is, you can't replace that with typing. But if you were doing any kind of worksheet and you wanted them to complete it online, if it makes sense for that activity, you can totally do this tool. Always name it. You can say it is welcome work or morning work. And you can share it with your parents just like Google Docs. So you just go over to the top right, click share, and then you can give everybody ownership of it. So let's say you need to send it to myself, kelseylledwards@gmail.com. Let's see, there we go. And then I can make them, you would want them to be the editor so they can actually type on it and everything. And once you make them editor, then you can send a message, hey, parents, this is our morning work for Tuesday. Please remember to to click File, make a copy, and put your child's name in the title. Yep, and then you just click send, and then it sends to the parents where they will have the worksheet. The kid will fill it out, and it is already in your Google Drive. So let's say that I have sent it out and I want to check my students to see if they've completed their work. I can go to recent, and it's my Google Drive. I click recent, and I can see all of my my kiddos, and I can actually see them type. If I were to click on it, I can actually see them working on it. It would have their name would kind of pop up as they were completing the worksheet, and then you could grade it. You can even just do, there is a option for comments, so you can like click on something like, oh, that's not correct, wrong letter, and you can click this little comment box and say, sorry, Johnny, this is not correct, or whatever, and you can actually comment on it, and they can read these comments and correct as they go. So it's super awesome. Not sure, I wanted to give it to you. I think there's like some great opportunities for first grade, of course. I think there's so many things, like I would want my kids, if I was teaching, to actually spell it out, all those good things, but I wanted to share it with you because it was pretty awesome.